how we pick our stocks, how we go about the execution, entry management, how much confirmation we actually look for at the level. You can see that we weren't just jumping to it in afternoon trading. Hi everyone, Aiman and I are here today to walk you guys through a quick trade example. So something from our replay homework that we're sending out a couple times every single week. So make sure if you guys aren't subscribed to that email list that you head to stocktradingsimulator.com, and in the bottom right hand corner there's an opportunity to sign up with your email where you actually get weekly trade ideas from us. And what we wanted to take a little bit of time today to do was actually walk you through a trade. So on X from October 18th of 2021. And we'll walk you through some of our trade planning, the reason that we're selecting X as a stock in play that day, as well as actually going into some of our execution and how, Aiman and I would handle that. So without further ado, Aiman, do you want to kind of go through from a high level what we're looking at on X from the daily and the 60, or the daily and the 30, I guess?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, hi everyone again. So one of the main strategy and one of the main setups Simon and I are doing, and I'd say that maybe this is the setup that we are trading 95% of the time, is trading or buying and selling stocks of support and resistance levels. The most important thing when doing that is to pay attention to the higher time frames and identify those obvious levels of support and resistance that the stock is more likely to bounce off. Now, if we zoom out X, and you could see that around here, you can see there is sort of a channel which is holding between $31 or $30 area and between the approximately $20 area. Now that I found that, I could draw a level, basically sort of a channel, the low of the channel or the low of the price action around here, just to buy the stock off. Now, that's not the only thing. Like, you need kind of an exact level, or an obvious level, specific level that you can play from. You can see that this week sitting around 2053. This week around here, it's around 2046. If we go further back, it's around 18 something, 19 something. How can we find these levels? We can find these levels by going to the smaller time frames. But before that, why X and why to the long side? X, because first of all, it gapped down. You can see that the previous day close was at 22.05, and the gap down all the way to 2090. That is approximately $1.20. The average true range on X is approximately $1.30 or $1.40. That means that X runs $1.40 intraday. That movement has already happened to the bottom side. So we don't play it anymore to the short side. We play it to the long side. Now, going to the smaller time frames, we need to find a level to play it from. Something at extremes. You could play it definitely somewhere in the middle, but it's preferable to play those levels at extremes because that is the last level that can hold the price and it is more likely to bounce off that particular level. And if you take a look at the 30-minute chart and if we zoom it out, you can see that this particular level is 2046 approximately. Yeah, 2046. There it is, somewhere around here. You see how beautiful it is on the daily, how beautiful it is on the 60. And now that we have drawn our level, we know that we want to play the stock to the long side. All we have to do is to wait for the price action to get closer to the level, see how it behaves around it, and then execute our position. Now, Simon, why don't you walk us through the execution on the smaller time frames?
Yeah, for sure, Aiman. So as you guys know, with pinpoints, predominantly in the pre-market and right at the open, usually we're setting limit orders near the level. And that's due to the fact that at the open, you have that volatility to really quickly catch your level. But trading after the open is a little bit different. We want to see a little bit more confirmation at the level. So Aiman, if we just hit play and actually go through, the price action at 5 times speed, you can see the candles actually approaching the level. And what I actually want to see, like I said, is additional confirmation on the 1 minute, on the 5 minutes. So you can see at the 9:52 1 minute candle, it actually touches the level and it's bought up, right? There's above average volume compared to the previous candles during the downtrend. And I want to see further confirmation, not the second that it upticks from the level we're jumping along. We want to see additional confirmation that near that level, we're actually getting consistent buying and that it's holding. Where we'll set our entries anywhere above the level, the closer to the level, the better. And we're going to set our stop essentially just below the level. So call it at, 2045, ideally, and realistically planning for, at least 1 cent or 2 cents of slippage. So you can see the rejection of the 9 EMA on the 1 minute chart. And once again, we're really taking our time here with afternoon trading to, and by afternoon trading, anything after 9:45 a.m. Eastern time is afternoon in my eyes because it's so much slower around these levels. But we're basically looking for additional confirmation. So yes, you have the first wick at 9:52, but I want to see further confirmation. So look at that. So at 9:57, the candle drops and it's further bought up. So we could actually enter now with 1,000 shares going long. And now what I'm interested in is actually finding an opportunity to add to this trade. So the style that Aiman and I add by is kind of, for lack of a better word, called the survival add. So when you have that final confirmation, the breakaway from the 1 minute range or the 5 minute range, that the level is actually holding. Usually there's kind of that moment of truth that, hey, this level held. And you can see now that the level's being retested again here at 10 o'clock. And now it's starting to break out. So I'd look at adding, about 200 shares right now, and then start looking at, where can I actually take profits? Profit taking is something that's a little bit more complex, and Aiman and I will dive into that, in future videos because there's a multitude of ways to do it. For the sake of this video, though, we can target, some of the major moving averages on either the 5 or the 1 minute chart. So, you see the 50 SMA on the 1 minute chart kind of around 2076, and then there's the 5 minute moving averages as well heading into the 9 EMA. So we could look at taking our first partial as it reaches the 9 EMA on the 5, and then a little bit further on the 1. So just for the sake of this video, if we just want to speed it up to 10 times speed right now, that way we'll be able to kind of see what happens with price action. So you can see a really clear bottoming pattern on the 1. We had our add kind of as it broke the moving averages on the 1 minute chart as well. Great pattern on the 5 minute heading into the 9 EMA. And once again, the stop is sitting at, just below the level. So we're basically holding for our original position to essentially just see what happens. So we're approaching the 50 on the 1. So I'd be taking a fairly big partial right about now. And that kind of coincides as well with the 9 EMA on the 5, roughly. There was a really nice retest, and you can see the moving average cross on the 1 minute chart. There's a nice consolidation there and, a further push on momentum. So that's, once again, giving kind of confidence to the trade idea that the level's holding, that, the trade bias that you had on the larger time frames, like the 30 and the daily is actually going well. So from this point forward, it's really just about profit taking. Right now, as far as my trade plan goes, I only look to add once. And we can take more profits here actually, after this huge pop right into, I believe that's the 20 EMA on the 5. And I'd be looking to get all out here within the next few minutes. Once again, guys, profit taking is something that is very discretionary. Everything from having a fixed R target to, partialing into momentum to major moving averages or other key levels. We just kind of wanted to give you a rough idea on, how we pick our stocks, how we go about the execution, entry management, how much confirmation we actually look for at the level. You can see that we weren't just jumping to it in afternoon trading. So just for the sake of the video, we can exit the rest of the position now. And yeah, that's kind of everything on our side. Quick little snapshot on how Aiman and I tackle market replay after hours, and leveraging the stock trading simulator and the new free replay tool by BBT can actually get some great reps into trading pinpoints and trading key levels of support and resistance.
Hey guys, and if you want to see more stocks that you want to play, make sure to visit our weekly simulator practice. If you are interested on seeing more examples of trades that Simon and I have traded in the past, make sure to follow me and Simon in Twitter. You will see our Twitter handles below this video. Trade safe, practice a lot, and wish you all the best. Bye bye everyone.
Thanks everyone. Cheers guys.